whether come, whether go. But God's principles remains the same. At that moment, you know this Christian has started maturing. He's not that baby anymore. Now you have a son, my beloved son, with whom I'm well pleased. You have one that can wield kingdom authority. You have one that can hold power and not be corrupted by it. You have one that can trust with women all around and is not tempted, who is not a prisoner of his own appetites, a prisoner of lust. That's the one. The other man, put him back in class. Let him learn a little more. Then we send him back to go and rewrite that exam. That's why you should not be falling into these temptations, because you're delaying, you're prolonging your days. Some people have overstayed in the wilderness. God needs his children to graduate and move forward. So when you say, I'm sorry, I have repented, he said, I've forgiven you. That's what Jesus died on the cross for. And I'm not holding malice. And it's true. But one thing is, you have to rewrite the exam. That I've forgiven you by principle doesn't mean automatic graduation, no. I have forgiven you. That's when I was growing as a Christian. I thought, once God said, I've forgiven you, I go and throw small party. And then, we go and repeat the thing. And then come and repent again. And then go and repeat. And then come and repent. It was after I understood what was going on. That's why I've been in this class. My mate that I started the class with is now in university. I'm still in class 1. And yet the God is a just God. He doesn't love one person more than the other. It's me that refused to graduate from here. Because I thought, okay, the fact that God is kind means I'm getting away. You're not getting away with anything. What he's doing is that he won't destroy you. He won't send you to hell. He's forgiving you. But you have to pass this exam. If you don't pass it until you are tested, you're not trusted. Go back to that James. The trying of your faith worketh patience. Then allow patience to have his perfect work, so that you might be thorough and entire, wanting nothing. Let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. You become matured. Consider a share gifts, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. Verse 3. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true color. You know how you bring juice now? There's technology system now that can. But the way is you put pressure, then the juice will come out. And then if it's orange, you can now suck it out. That's how God does it. Under pressure. That's where strength is formed in a human being. Verse 4. Don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. Oga devil, where did you come from? Up and down business on earth. I don't have any address down there. I'm just walking up and down. Even when people are sleeping, he's walking. Okay. What is your case? Why are you here? I brought a case. So. Who is the person? It's Job. He said, Job quoi? Don't you know Job? Job is a perfect man. If God says you have integrity, you have it. If God says you have character, you have it. But sometimes God and the devil disagrees. God is saying, I know this guy, he's a nice, I trust him. The devil is saying, this is the criminal. He kind of thinks everybody is criminal like him. He says it's Job. God said, that man, there's nobody like him. He fears God. He's an upright man. That report God is giving is angels' reports. But the way they do this exam, the one that they give you for school, your teachers, good. 90%, 80%. Finally, a time comes for you to go and write external exam. Or bring external examiners to come and invigilate. So that we know whether this school, they are giving you free marks and dashing you guys. Because the world you're going to deal with out there, you're not going to have all these teachers dashing you marks. Let's test this thing and be sure. So that angelic report, Job, fine. Everything, A+. He said, Mr. Devil, why are you here? He said, I came here to report Pastor David. They have reported me. He said, that pastor, if I have 10 of his type, I won't have problem on earth. Don't mind him. He's only serving you because you are blessing him. That's what he said about Job. All this one is because you are blessing him. Let me touch his finance. And then you will know, see his true color. And the Lord said, look at what the devil said. He said, hast thou not made a hedge about him, about his house, and about all that he had? It's not just that you bless this man. You put protection around the man. You put protection around his family. I told you there are people the devil can't touch. Then you put protection around everything. Everywhere he has business, everywhere he has investment, you put protection. And then he said, his substance is increased in the land. Put for your hand now and touch all that he had. He will curse you to your face. Yeah, I went through Job tests. Just that he didn't reach his level. He didn't reach his level. He didn't reach anywhere. But it was enough to shake me. There's some part of this particular test that was very heartbreaking for me. For Job. When he said, touch all that he has. These are material things. These are things money can buy. And the devil left that place and destroyed everything. Where are the angels? God gave him permission. The angels can stop him. Why would God allow such a thing? They are trying to know where your faith is. Is he in the car or in God? They are trying to ascertain. These are the things that go a day in heaven and a day on earth. Because oh, Balia Suda. Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he had is in your power. Only upon himself put not thy hand. Even when God allows Satan to do it, he puts limits. If he didn't put limits, you won't be here to say thank you. You remember that password? You won't be alive. That's why when you go through trial, if fire burns things, but you came out. What the devil expects you to do, which is what means, that's what this is what shows that you failed the exam, is you come out there murmuring, complaining, come out there confused, lose your faith. And what heaven is watching is to see if you will still be grateful even in the midst of all that. So you came out, no smokes. A very close friend of mine, the wife, they live in Accra. They came to Nigeria. On their way back, they were driving to Lagos to pick a flight back to Accra. All of them, the wife, the 4 kids, were in a jeep. And the jeep started somersaults. And he was with me at that time. He was in Abuja with me. Because instead of following them, he flew with me to Abuja for something, and they to catch up with them in Lagos. And then the people that recognized picked a call and sent to him. And the way they sent it to him, you can have heart attack. Because he got the impression that he lost his whole family. Because that car was a write-off. We need to get all the facts to know what fire left. Because when God allows Satan, he always puts a limit. He always puts a limit how far he can go. So after more information now came out, oh, the car was wrecked. Not even a scratch on any of the kids, on the wife. What happened is they were carried to a hospital. People that came on that road. So the man that was calling didn't see them. He thought it was their dead bodies. They went to drop in mortuary. They were carried to hospital to check them. And when they finished, they found out that there was nothing. And they had to check the children and found out they were fine. So they decided to sleep. And the next day they got another vehicle and found their way to Lagos. So how can a person be thankful when this kind of tragedy happened? Yes, you can be thankful because, and there are cases where people died. That Reverend Dr. Mopai carried the whole family, wife, himself, and the children, and drove to Waterside. They were supposed to pass the bridge and continue their journey, but they wanted to buy something. Those people that were selling. So they parked the car by the side of the road, but there is a stream there. It's because of that stream that bridge was built. And they went to buy and continue their journey. And when they went out, one of the babies released the crotch. And so the car rolled, and the children were all inside and rolled into the water, and they all drowned. And then, Umupai of all people, chasing demons, doing crusades. How can this happen? Did you see the introduction? Maybe, do you want me to show you again? And then what normal people will say, what did pastor do that God is punishing him? Everybody interprets, and when a person goes through trial, he has done something. Please, put it up. Let them see. What did Pastor Mopai do? What did Pastor Adeboye do? He's been on the news. They are hitting him here and here. There is somebody we've been hitting hard. This work of saving souls, this work of healing the sick, this work of delivering people from captivity. There is somebody we've been destroying his work. He's looking for a way to get back. The people of God needs to be aware of what you're involved in is war. And now, it's not Pastor Adeboye, it's now your case. God, why? Why me? The other time it was the other person, you were on the internet lambasting. Maybe you are not that popular. Your case should have been an internet case. Why me? Why, Lord? Where are you, God? Do you still exist? God is still on the throne. The other time somebody was in an exam, you were making noise instead of praying for them. Now your own exam has come. You should have been learning, asking them for past question papers. Anytime a man of God is being attacked, I will be at the forefront. I don't care. It doesn't have to be Dominion City or whatever. I'll be at the forefront. I raise prayer, defense, and I'll be at the forefront defending that. People don't know why. He said, judge not that you be not judged. Condemn not that you be not condemned. For with the same measure you meet, it shall be measured back to you. That exam will finally come to you. That's what Jesus is warning you about.